Prince Harry, 33, attended the last day of competition for the Invictus Games in Toronto, Canada. The young royal was seen watching the wheelchair basketball finals as the USA played Denmark. Girlfriend Meghan Markle, 36, did not make an appearance, but she is rumored to appear later tonight. The prince founded the competition for injured servicemen and women in 2014 and vowed to continue it. Vice captain of the UK team, Dr. Jen Warren, said the games have had a big impact on her life and called Prince Harry my hero. Prince Harry has vowed to continue his inspirational Invictus Games in an interview on the last day of the competition in Canada, saying, "The sky's the limit." The royal, once again without his girlfriend, Meghan Markle, was attending the wheelchair basketball finals at the Matami Athletics Centre in Toronto. Sitting with a small group of aides, the prince clapped and cheered as the USA played Denmark. Shortly before going in to watch the play, the prince spoke to Dome, the host broadcaster for the games, alongside Team Canada competitor Mike Trauner. Asked about how long he thought the competition for injured servicemen and women, founded in 2014, would continue for, he said, "Look, I think I've said many times before that Invictus has got a shelf life because, as other people have said, the conveyor belt of wounded coming back from war has ceased to a certain extent, especially for these 70 nations. But for us at the Invictus Foundation it happens every year. You think we've made a decision and then you come to the games and boom. And it's like, you know what, we have a social responsibility to continue this for as long as it's needed. Which is what I've always said. We'll have to wait and see. The world needs Invictus, these guys need Invictus, I need Invictus, we all need our fix. We all need to be inspired, we all need to be encouraged and reminded of what duty and service is all about. It would be silly of us to close it out." Asked about how long he thought the competition would continue for, he said, "Look, I think I've said many times before that Invictus has got a shelf life because, as other people have said, the conveyor belt of wounded coming back from war has ceased to a certain extent, especially for these 70 nations." The royal said that he envisaged the shape and form of the game changing somewhat. This year 550 competitors from 17 countries have taken part in 12 different adaptive sports ranging from swimming to indoor rowing, but insisted that the future looks bright. The royal seemed as much of a fan of anybody else as he clapped and cheered at the wheelchair basketball finals on Saturday. The royal said that he envisaged the shape and form of the game changing somewhat. This year 550 competitors from 17 countries have taken part in 12 different adaptive sports ranging from swimming to indoor rowing, but insisted that the future looks bright. He says, "It really does look very exciting." We're not talking about 2,500–3,000 competitors. It will be a gradual increase if we can. But at the same time it's impossible to say no, and it's impossible to try and wrap something up that's having a massive impact on changing lives. Vice captain of the UK team, Dr. Jen Warren, told Mail Online of the impact the games had had on her life. Mother of one and working anesthetist, Dr. Warren lost the use of her legs in a skiing accident but has competed in sports as diverse as swimming, athletics and cycling. She said, "Calling this a Paralympic event is just scratching the surface. There is so much more to this than that. The way this builds people is phenomenal. My pregnancy wiped 6 years of rehab off me because of the toll it took. My injuries were in my pelvis and the pressure of the pregnancy affected me. That's why it is so important that Invictus helps everyone, not only the recently injured. Even those who have been injured a while ago can get lumps and bumps along the road. Words cannot begin to describe what this has done for me as a person. I was the one who was frightened of their shadow. Last year I was frightened of everything. Look at me now." She added, "I work very hard, in my day job. I am an anesthetist and there aren't many of us who are wheelchair users. I had to fight so hard to get back to work. It took everything from me, I didn't leave much time for anything else. I didn't help that I thought I was a shadow of my former myself. Everyone frowns at you, they think you are a lost patient. Like you don't deserve to be there. I know that is partly my interpretation of how they see me, but inside it is just so hard. The mental barriers of going back to work were far harder than the physical barriers to go back to work. As women we don't give ourselves enough credit." Earlier in the week Dr. Warren, who was a major in the Royal Army Medical Corps, spoke to Harry after she had the disappointment of narrowly